Hello, everyone. Deisi Del Toro with No Filter Show once again. I am so excited. This is something very exciting for me because I've never interviewed an attorney before. And you're not just any attorney. I want people to know who you are. To me, you're like a entertainment attorney, even though he's not. I have entertainment attorneys that are way more boring than you are. So I want you to tell everyone in my group of people watching who you are and what you do.
Good afternoon. I'm Rajan Joshi. I am the owner of Joshi Law. We are one of the prominent criminal defense law firms in Florida. We handle all kinds of criminal cases from first degree murder, federal cases, to appeals. There's no criminal matter that's too big or too small.
How sweet is that? And I convinced him, me, Deisi Del Toro, convinced him to come and do a no filter show. No, Joshi Firm, correct?
Joshi Law, yes, Joshi Law Firm.
Joshi Law Firm. When I see these signs, what are you doing?
Well, a lot of them are based on fitness
Okay.
and law. It mentions we are a criminal defense law firm, but also that it has fit for your defense, fit for your trials. It's kind of an image that I've kind of grown accustomed to. Like,
And when he means fitness, he's talking actual fitness. We're going to show you guys on our site different pictures of this gentleman here in all of his muscular ways, showing how fit he is to take care of these criminal cases. Now, right before we started this interview, you walked in and I asked you, why did you wear your attorney outfit? Because I was expecting you to come in kind of like fit and like relax because this is no filter show. So we're just going to be discussing a lot of personal things. Um, and you said, I just came from where?
well, Channel 9 had come over to my house to do an interview. There's a big case going on involving a school principal who abused a child, and he had a criminal record, so they wanted my input on it, and so I had to get dressed up.
So he so he went from being interviewed for this very important case where a principal is doing all kinds of evil things to children. So this is a criminal case. And are you going to be doing this
No,
case?
I was
You're just giving
just giving an
opinion.
opinion. Yes.
Okay, so he's just giving opinion on this criminal case to coming here and then you show up here, you're not really knowing exactly what we're doing, right?
Well, knowing you and knowing how I've known you for a while, I knew whatever it's going to be, it's going to be very interesting and very fun.
Okay.
Because wherever you go, you bring the life of the party with you.
Oh, that is nice of you to say. I do like to party, and I do like to enjoy everything. I think actually the first time I saw you was at
It was the Porsche event,
the
yes.
Porsche event, and I was talking about my tequila and everything else that I'm doing. Sorry, I'm hot because, as you can see, these lights are very bright and hot. So that's why I'm looking forward to you taking off your shirt because
I'm actually looking forward to it now because I'm starting to get hot too.
see that now we're both getting hot, but good. So when I met you, I didn't know anything about you, and you didn't know anything about me. It was kind of interesting because we just happened to both be there. I think you were letting everyone know about Joshi Law.
Yeah, I was one of the speakers at the event,
Oh, you were the
and yeah, I was a
speaker.
speaker. I was a sponsor of the organization, and you were over there promoting your brand, Del Toro Tequila.
Tequila.
And I think when I met you, our personalities just matched very well.
It did because I thought it was very interesting. I think in my mind, and this is just my personal opinion, this is nobody else's opinion, just me. Um, I always expected attorneys to be so like stuck up and just like rigid, and you were not. You were like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you were so conversational. You were so friendly. Um, and I was like, "That's different." And then you tell me criminal defense. So I'm even expecting something even worse than that. I have an entertainment attorney, but he deals with like film and all
Mhm.
of this stuff. He's way more serious than you are. So, how do you keep the balance between staying a fun, easygoing guy to kicking butt in the courtroom every single time?
It's kind of like a light switch, when I have to defend somebody, I'm all in, and I give it everything I have. If I have to work till 10 o'clock at night, I have to work weekends. It doesn't matter when it comes to somebody's freedom. But there, work aside, when I'm not in the courtroom, I don't take that with me. I don't. I mean, life's too short not to have fun. Life's too short to take yourself too serious. I mean, my job is very important to me. It's my profession, but I don't wear it everywhere I go. When I meet people, I'm Raj.
And that's the Raj I met. And now, I wanted to ask you, was this always your dream to become an attorney?
It was. When I was a young kid and I'd watch attorneys on TV, I'd be like, wow, man, that looks so much fun. I think I can do that. And I always wanted to do that. And it was either that or go into bodybuilding. And so I was like, well, if I go into law, I could still do bodybuilding, but vice versa. I couldn't become a competitive bodybuilder and at the same time, practice law. So.
And that's very interesting because I think that's exactly what I see when I'm driving on I-4, when I see you up there with the big muscles and everything else. I think you went with the personality of I am doing everything I love to do.
Yeah, and what I try to do is I try to be grateful every day for the things I'm blessed with, my health, just having the basic needs that we have, and so I like to enjoy life, and work is work, but there's so much you can't be a prisoner to your profession.
To your profession. And you said it's like a light switch. This is what you said. It's like a light switch. I would like to think the same thing. And acting is very much like a light switch, right? As a real person, you're one way, but then as you enter into the acting, you become a character. So for you, your profession is like the character of professionalism. And do you take it that serious that you have to win every case?
Well, even when I'm in front of a jury, I still have the personality. I still, if I'm having a witness up on the stand, I'm going to have fun with them. If I'm making a closing argument to the jury, I am going to, be serious, argue my points, but also relate to them. I think also, to be an effective lawyer, you've got to be able to relate to people, especially a trial lawyer. And being a criminal defense lawyer, you got people who are at the worst time of their lives coming to you. So you've also have to be able to be comforting and have that human side. I mean, nobody wants to go to a doctor who's just very rigid and tells them as it is. They want somebody to guide them, and I try to do that with my clients as
Do
well.
you? Okay, so I asked you if this was always your dream, and you said yes, and you're making both dreams come true now. How long have you been doing this?
As far as
Attorney.
attorney, 24 years.
24
Yeah,
years?
yeah. I just turned 50 like 10 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
24 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and where are you from
Uh,
originally?
like my ancestors? Oh,
Ancestors.
Indian.
India.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're from India.
I was born here, but my ancestors from India.
From India.
Yeah.
It's also very interesting because I've never met a single attorney from India. Most of them are engineers, they own hotels, or what else?
Doctors.
Doctors.
Yeah.
Oh my God, everybody who's a doctor, even my kid's
Uh-huh.
doctor, is from India. You're right. So that's very different. So how did this come all about though? Like,
Well, I just always felt like this was something that I was good at, and at the time, there's more Indians now who are lawyers,
attorney?
but at the time there weren't too many, and I was just like, I'm gonna go this route and stuff.
But I mean, did you watch shows growing
Yes,
up?
I did.
Okay,
Yes,
which
yes,
shows did
yes,
you
and
watch?
it did, and those really influenced me. I'd watch them, and it was just something that clicked with me. I enjoyed debating. I enjoyed arguing. I could see myself in front of a jury when I was that kid.
What?
Yeah,
Since you were small.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I've been to your house. This is personal information, but I've been to your house. Your house is
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
This question is about the wealth aspect. I like to ask this question on my No Filter show because I think it inspires a lot of other nationalities and people who watch my show. Um, Wealth wise, in your upbringing, was wealth taught to you? Like, did your family always say, hey, being wealthy is a positive thing? It's important for you to be wealthy? Or how was this taught when you were growing up?
Well, I was brought up. My dad was a doctor, so we were brought
Ah,
up, pretty comfortably. I was taught to work hard for money, but I also was brought up knowing that happiness doesn't come from money itself. Happiness comes from within. So you can have a yacht, you can have a penthouse, but if you're not happy inside, if you're not grateful, then you're never going to find happiness. And what I do is every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is I find 5 things to be grateful for. And it's not things like I have a Ferrari or anything like that. I woke up
I
this
love
morning.
his Ferrari, by the way. It's so cute.
Thank you. It's I
I
woke.
haven't been in it. I haven't been in it.
It's that I woke up today and I'm healthy. My kids are healthy. I have food on the table. I have a roof over my head. There's billions of people who don't have these simple things, and I think those are the real blessings. That's real wealth. Wealth is when you have gratitude. Wealth is when you actually have that inner peace that you can't get just from money. Money's important.
It's very important. I think, well, because you probably don't know this, but I'm from Mexico.
I know
And
that.
oh,
Yeah,
you did?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't sure
Mhm.
because I know, I mean, I can stereotype and be like, I have tequila. Of course, I'm from Mexico. But what if I was from
Uh-huh.
somewhere else? Okay. But being from Mexico, growing up and everything, in Mexico, the culture teaches a little bit more of wealth is not that important, or sometimes they even call you greedy when you try to have too much wealth, or when you accumulate too much wealth. They think that you have become greedy. Where I find, because I think but some of my business partners are from India.
Mhm.
My first movie, the director and writer is from India, so I've worked with Indian um, people from different areas. So now I understand more. In your culture, it's completely different. Wealth is, I mean, you guys have a god
Mhm.
that that
Yes,
you guys
yes.
pray to for
Yeah.
money.
In our culture, people who are ambitious are actually well respected. It's a lot of Indians, and I say this modestly, they do very well. And for me, growing up, that was something that really inspired me. I'd see that, and I'd see how hard they work. The one thing I find, the easiest way to become wealthy is to work hard. And just and put in the effort. So I started doing that. But in doing that and in being ambitious, I always know I can't lose myself in it, and I've always got to be grateful and always got to give back. I think that's another important thing.
So giving back for you, what's most important in giving back? I don't know you well enough to know exactly what you give up on, but I mean give back on. But what's important for you to give back to?
For me, I support a lot of local charities, a lot. I was at the Make a Wish Foundation
Oh, I
gala.
love Make
Yeah,
a Wish
yeah.
Foundation.
I was at the St. Jude. My party that I throw every year. We always have it based on a charity. And the other thing is just trying to give back, being inspirational to people, knowing that your struggles can be overcome. I've been very candid with you that, I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Oh, I want to talk about this more. I want to talk about this more because, like, in my culture, like drinking is such a part of culture that we don't even think it's a problem.
Mhm.
Like we actually think it's just part of breathing. It's like just part of what we do. It's part of enjoying.
Uh-huh.
It's part of, like, even in the morning, my dad would have a shot of tequila or a shot of whatever, and it's totally normal. It's like, good morning, dad.
Uh-huh.
I would never think, oh, my father's an alcoholic. Look at him.
Mhm.
He started drinking at 7 in the morning. It's more like, oh, he's gonna work, so he's taking the edge off, and he's gonna go off and enjoy his work day and go on about his day. when I first met you, I'm over here like, hey, drink some tequila. Remember, I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
pushing tequila on you. You're like, no, 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 I'm a recovering alcoholic. I took back. I said, really? So what does that mean to you? Like, what happened? I know you said you used to drink. So when you used to drink, what did you drink? And did you enjoy it? Let's go there first.
Okay.
Let's go positive route.
All right, positive route. Yes, I enjoyed it. Yes,
Okay.
I mean, in the beginning, it was a lot of fun. I was a party animal.
A party.
I was in a fraternity,
Uh-huh.
and I liked it. And I think I liked it too much, And I continued drinking after the party, and then it led to consequences, and it just wasn't for me. The consequences got to a point where I had to make a decision, and I had to make the right decision for myself. So I'm going on 8 years sobriety. So one thing I do try and get back is I do speak at AA meetings. I do, help people who are recovering, and
I'm not recovering.
not you. I'm not saying
Ah,
you.
okay. I'm like, wait, wait.
I'm not. I'm not saying
I
you.
don't even have a
I'm,
problem.
I'm I'm talking about the people who do have problems, and stuff like that. So if they reach out to
It's a
me,
joke, guys. I do
and,
drink quite a bit.
and so but that's another way I give back. Just anytime I can, be there for somebody who's going through a hard time. I in life, people look at me and they'll say, oh, well, he looks like he's doing very well in life right
You
now and stuff.
are, yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate that, but I went through some struggles. I went through some personal struggles. And
So during that time, because you said fraternity, sorry. Sometimes my English gets in
uh
the way of the Spanish. I don't know why. But that means college.
that was college.
But
That
as an attorney, isn't college 10 years?
Well, no, as an attorney, it's 4 years of college, 3 years of law school, but that was 30 years ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
And that's when drinking was fun. But when I got into my late 30s and very early 40s, then it started becoming, a problem.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay. So it
So
just developed
it
into,
developed into a problem
got
for
it.
me, and
Uh-huh.
I don't judge anyone who drinks. Just for me, it wasn't the right decision.
Right.
So I
But do you think, okay, because I also find that when I drink more, because I do,
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes I do. You've seen me at a couple events where I'm already like, all right, I've been here for a while, and then I start drinking a little heavier towards the end. um I do find that when I'm more stressed is when I drink a little bit further than I should.
Mhm.
Or when I'm too relaxed and somebody's driving me. That's another reason why
Uh-huh.
because I'm like, oh, I don't have the kids, and I have somebody driving me. That's when I kind of let loose a little bit. But you said you completely stopped. What caused you? You said it's a personal reason, but what caused you to just completely stop? It's a big gap between drinking, becoming an alcoholic, and then nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, drinking started affecting my health.
Uh,
And then I started hitting some bottoms. And, I got to a point where I felt like I had hit my rock bottom. And at that point, I had to make the decision. And for me, it was the right decision. For me, I felt like I was deteriorating. So I
ah.
once I changed, and change was not easy. It was not an easy thing to do for me, but I took it. I actually got help, and that's what led to the changes that you see in me today.
No, I mean I love it because I mean I follow you on social
Uh,
media.
likewise,
Yeah,
likewise,
yeah.
yeah.
So when I see your in the morning, I know
Mhm.
you're very positive, and you always post different things about the positive thoughts that you're having. Sometimes you post yourself at the gym, which I wore gym pants to make it look like I work out every day, but
Oh, you
I'm not
don't? I
not every
thought
day, but I do. I do work out quite a
okay.
bit, but not every
Uh-huh.
day. I did this as a show to
Uh-huh.
to make it look like I do every day, but I don't.
I thought you did.
I 5 days a week. I
Mhm.
try my very, very best to work out some, but sometimes I watch your videos and I'm like, oh my God, I was gonna go work out.
Uh-huh.
And you work out every day.
Yeah, I wake up about usually 4 in the morning. I try to hit the gym by 4:35 a.m. in the morning.
Oh
So
my
yeah.
God. Do you do, because some of the videos look like you're at a gym.
Yes.
So you have a gym at home
Yes.
and you go to the gym.
Yes.
Why do you do that? Is it like mental space or
It, for me, that's my time.
uh,
I enjoy that time. That is my favorite time of the day. And so I go there. I do an hour of weights, and then I do an hour of cardio. and it's just like
2 hours
2 hours
right off the bat.
every day, every day. I might take a Sunday off,
Whew.
and Saturdays I don't go in. On weekends I don't go in at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Okay,
I
so
go
the
in a little bit
weekend you
later. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I need some. I need to catch up on some sleep. But it's just a routine I do, and I find when I live a life of discipline, I feel good. You know, and I
Life of discipline, people. Life of discipline. I like to, like, every interview I do, I think I spend at least 10 to 15 seconds reiterating the discipline part. Because it doesn't matter what career people do or what successful career story they have, without that key ingredient, the discipline part, it just doesn't happen.
absolutely. And
Right?
yeah, absolutely. Like I watch you and I see you, promoting your brand at the same time being an actress, being a movie producer. You do so much, but you're out there every day. I mean,
Every day.
every single
It's
day.
discipline.
It's discipline. I mean, there may be days you don't feel like doing it, but you do it anyways. And
Some days I'm just like, wow, my hair's not doing it right. My body's tired. I'm exhausted. But what happens? Just like you get up to go to the gym, I know my business is my business. And I get up every day and I'm like, all right, kids are taken care of. I'm taken care of. My businesses are taken care of. When I go to sleep, zero worries in the world.
yeah,
Why? Because I have the discipline.
and you're always smiling, and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you
Yeah,
always, no
yeah,
matter what's going
yeah.
on,
That is
you
true.
come in there and you come in there very welcoming, and that speaks volumes for your
That is
business.
true.
Coming out there like that, and that's that is just sometimes you feel like doing it, but
Sometimes I have to act like I'm happy, even though I just had an argument on the phone. In business, just like you're in
yes,
criminal defense, right? So you have to deal with people who are having perhaps the worst time of their life, just like you said. I have to deal with things like this in other businesses because these are my entertainment industry businesses are the fun ones.
yeah,
But then I have other ones that are not so fun.
yeah,
And you have to deal with shipments are delayed, or you have problems with the orders that you placed, and there's like legal matters, or people are getting sued, or there's a lot of different issues that I have to deal with. Sometimes I'm on the phone arguing left, right, and center, super upset, and then I get out of the car and I'm like, bubble, I'm happy, everything's fine. I go in there and then just enjoy what I'm doing. The light switch thing, I guess, happens for me a lot too. Like, I know whatever happens in this segment is not what has to happen in every segment. Where some people will hold a grudge of what happened at 6 a.m. and then you see them at 8 p.m. and they're still upset.
yes, yeah, and that's draining. That's taking, you're giving another person power over you. I believe you can change your day at any time.
Just,
It's you've got to let go of that stuff, and that's one thing I've learned to do is not to carry things.
I don't. I typically, if I'm having like a really difficult time letting go, what I typically do is I do meditation. I don't know if
I
you
do,
do meditation.
yes,
You
yeah.
do?
Oh,
Okay, so I
I
do.
look forward to that. Besides the gym, my meditation time is my time.
Me too.
Uh-huh.
I turn that thing on. I'm like, I don't know if you do guided?
I do sometimes guided, and sometimes I just listen to some peaceful music, and I concentrate on some variable in the music and just completely tune out. And when I'm done, I'm like, wow,
Don't you just feel like perfect again?
I
I do meditation guided because for some reason my brain is too busy. Like, it
mhm.
just goes into so many directions. So I do guided because then it tells me like, hey, now you are in this park. Now you are walking down the park. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. Then I visualize that I'm
Mhm.
there. Finally, I get out of my mind and what I'm doing, and I'm finally at the place where I'm being guided. So by the end of it, I'm super relaxed. I'm in a crystal cave. I'm just chilling,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't want to get out.
I don't either sometimes, and then I gotta stop, pick up the phone and stuff. But it's I think that's very important. Is being present, and not carrying the past. The past is over. You can't change it, and not fearing the future because you fear the future. Most times the fear doesn't even happen. So living in the present, letting go of fear, having faith, doing the hard work, and I think that's where happiness comes. Being grateful.
The gratitude portion of it is huge. I think most people don't realize that until you get to the point of gratitude and you say, hey, it wasn't exactly what I expected. However, I
Mhm.
am so grateful I experienced this. And then that moment of gratitude, for some reason, there's a very powerful feeling inside that gets released, and that attracts better of that.
Yeah, the more gratitude I have, the more happiness. That's why I start my day off. When I start my day off with some form of prayer, meditation, and a gratitude list, my day usually starts out really well. And, even if things come up, that I can't control, can control my reaction. And that's, I can decide if I want to get mad, or I can decide if I want to dwell on the problem or look for the solution. Because, just about every problem has a solution.
Every
No,
every problem
yeah,
has, except dying. I think
except dying. Yes,
maybe dying.
there's
No,
a few problems where there are no solutions to, but just about every problem has a solution. And
it does.
some people dwell on the problem, and that just creates anxiety. But if you look for the solution, I think that's where you're going to find the peace.
So, can we find the solution to taking off your shirt?
You've been trying to get me to strip since I've been here.
I still want to like. I want my viewers to know that attorneys can be, muscular and strong.
Well,
You look at you. You're turning red.
I will be happy to. But it's just it really is a lifestyle. I'm 50, and because of the lifestyle I live, I eat healthy. I just went on a cruise for my 50th birthday, and I ate healthy every day. And I worked out every day for 2 hours. But I had fun. I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. So I think that type of balance is just really, really, important to have.
I think when I went to your house, that's what I saw. I don't want to say I'm judgmental, but I'm always thinking psychology, right? So I looked at your house and your beautiful wife and the way you guys carried the party. By the way, amazing party.
Oh,
Everybody
thank
had
you.
fun.
Thank
You
you.
had Phoebe there. I love
Oh, she's
Phoebe. I
amazing.
love
Oh
Phoebe.
gosh, yeah, she lit the party up.
I'm a huge fan. You know, I got up there and started dancing with
Yes.
her girl.
Oh, of course. Yes, I saw you. You lit the party up. We knew with
No,
you
with
and
her,
Phoebe, that rocked the
I
house.
love Phoebe. I follow her on social media
I
too
did
because I
too. Yeah.
love seeing all that she's doing. At your specific party though, you guys were having way too much fun. I think I got up on the stage at some point, didn't
Hmm.
I? And I, I started dancing. But what I noticed in your home and the friends, the circle of friends that you have, these are all people who are extremely supportive in the sense of supporting your career, but maybe is you supportive of all of them. Like everybody I talked to, they were like, "Oh, I love Joshi. Oh, I
Oh.
love." Why does everybody call you Joshi anyway, and not? I'm just saying because everybody, oh, I love Joshi, and now like even today, I was like, wait, his name is not Joshi. His name is Raj, and then you're like, no, it's Rajan, or like I don't even know your first name because.
Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead.
I'll say it's a blessing to have so many wonderful people in my life. It's a blessing to have so many great friends. I'm humbled when I throw the party, and I'm humbled by the people I have. That's what I consider true wealth. It's not just money. It's about the people you have and quality of friendships, and if you can find that happiness inside, that's the most important thing.
I don't have that many friends. I mean,
You are the life of the party. What are you talking about?
I mean,
You walk into the party,
that might be true, but I'm not. I find that I'm a good friend, but I don't want to say that I'm anywhere as a good friend as you are.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody I spoke to at that party, they're all like, "Oh, I love him. They love your wife.
Uh-huh.
Your wife is so welcoming. She's like, come and enjoy." And me, I'm not that nice.
Mhm.
If people come over to my house, I'm like, look, I don't know how to cook. If the food is horrible, it was the people who brought it. You guys are like smoking up the whole place. The neighborhood has like this delicious smell. I was driving like 2 miles out and I'm like, wow, that whoever's cooking is amazing. And it was you guys.
I mean, to me, it's also a part of giving back because I have a community that supports me and
Mhm.
what my law firm does. So I want to give back and kind of have a time where everyone can get together, have a good time, and also do it for a good cause. We also do it for charity. So
So that day people were donating money towards
we're
charity?
donating toys.
Oh, I didn't bring any toys. I just showed up. I had a good time. I danced a lot. It was really nice, and thank you for inviting me. By the
No,
way, I
absolutely,
thought it was
absolutely.
so
You
much
you
fun.
you got an open invitation every
Thank you.
year.
Yeah, yeah. And let me see. Oh, we're doing good on time. So
Uh-huh.
I always have to check on that. Are you ever going to show us your body? Like,
I, I, I think I have no choice on the
it's like
matter.
third request. Come on.
Do I just stand up?
Yeah, yeah, just don't worry, I'm not gonna touch you because like the last person that was interviewed, I touched them, and this time I'm gonna refrain. Well, she was not married, so it's okay. Here we go. We can add some additional music to this as he's doing this, because this might be the most exciting episode we have of No Filter. There we go. See, look at that. How could you not want to show that off? And this is how many years of hard work? No, no, wait. Since you were 12, so that's not 12 years of training. I'm doing the math all wrong.
Yeah, it's like 38.
38 years.
Probably more than a lot of people who are
Well, yeah, yeah. But anyway, isn't that amazing? That's a lot of hard work. Thank you for doing that. I know it cost you a lot more than probably getting in front of your whole jury, but I don't want to just show a picture. I don't want to just show a picture. I think your audio thing, you let him fix it so he can. We're dropping audio. We're doing everything. I had to have this moment because I think it's important, because criminal defense, as it is, the way I think of it, because I'm in movie making, right? So in filmmaking, if I ever study the psychology of like being a criminal defense, that takes way more strength than even the physical evidence of your strength, because you have to have mental power to be able to withstand the emotional things that happen with all of that.
Yeah, it's really, the way I look at it, it's like an MMA match. You've got to go into trial and you've got to be prepared, and you got to be way ahead of your opponent. You've got to do the preparation, and then when you get in there, it's a fight, and you've got to be one step ahead. Anything they're going to do, you've got to have a counter. And the thing with criminal defense is taking control of that courtroom. Making sure that you are overpowering the other side and your voice is stronger. And you're standing up for the person who, I mean, the government's coming after them. They have the
That's
whole police, they have the prosecution and stuff. And the only person who stands up for the person who's accused is the criminal defense lawyer. And at my firm, we're not one of these firms that just goes and tries to cut deals. If a fight has to happen, we're going to fight.
Oh, by the way, I met the women you have working for you or with you.
Uh-huh.
With you. I shouldn't say for you, with you. It's all in your firm.
Yes.
And these women will throw punches.
Oh my! These lawyers who I have at my firm. I mean, we've had we have a trial going on right now, but we've had 6 trials set in the last like 8 weeks. We crushed all of them.
Oh, I love
We
it.
got not guilty in a rape case in Tallahassee just less than 2 weeks ago. The other ones, they were getting dropped the day of trial. And we were ready. But I have a good team, and that's important. I think with success is surround yourself with the right people. That's
He's surrounded by the right people. Trust me, I hung out with you and your. Well, I think there were only two ladies
Yes.
from of two attorneys. I shouldn't call them just ladies. I'm very too normal about that, but attorneys, professional attorneys. I hung out with you guys just a few hours. They're so powerful. Like I could feel their energy, and I'm thinking, wow. So how do you work with them every day?
We work as a team,
Uh
and
huh.
we work. I mean, and just like me, they're very down to earth and humble. I can only work with really down to earth and humble people. I can't work with those type of attorneys who are arrogant and look down on people. I like to work with people who are team players, and we're all in it for the clients. Like one of my attorneys in trial tomorrow. I'm going to go cover a case for her. So I pick up when somebody is busy, and likewise. So we
So typically, you guys would have a meeting in the morning, and as a group, as a firm, you guys go over each case just in case the other person cannot be there.
um, we all collectively keep in touch, and we roundtable cases, but we kind of know who's covering what cases. But if somebody is in trial, and then we all pick up for them and stuff. And it's not only the attorneys, but it's also the support team, because you're only as good as your weakest link. So I've got such good people, and that's what makes it.
And believe it, he does. You
Yeah.
do.
And I get all the credit, but in reality,
No, and I like that you get all the credit.
but I don't
Listen,
deserve it.
and trust me when I tell you, I'm not the type to be giving credit to
Mhm.
nobody, because I'm, I'm a boss,
Uh-huh.
so I like to get it. But
Uh-huh.
at the same time, I see why you get the credit. I mean, you put yourself out there as the leader of the group. And I mean, I've seen you on everything. I think I've seen you on News 9, you said, Channel 9. I've seen you on I don't know how many other news networks. You've been on Fox. What other
Dr. Phil, Today Show, CNN, Headline News. I've been blessed to have big cases and stuff. But like I say, I don't like to take all the credit. Honestly, I think it's a team effort. And I've got
I hear you that it's a team effort, but at the same time, you have to give yourself the praise in the sense that no matter what, like let's say nobody from your team can finish it, who's gonna finish it?
it'll be me.
It will
It'll
be
be me.
you.
Yeah, it'll be me.
That's what leadership is, right? That's what I always say. Even if in my team somebody fails, at the end of the day, my neck's in the line and I'm the one that's gonna finish it. And that's why I loved and I wanted you to be interviewed. And I was happy that you said yes. I wasn't sure if you were gonna say
Of
yes.
course, I wasn't gonna say no to
No,
you.
I didn't know. I didn't know because
I was
I'm in
flattered
the
and honored.
entertainment
Yeah.
stuff, so it's a lot different
Mhm.
than what you do. Your stuff is so serious and everything, and then me, I like to ask stupid questions like,
But I enjoy being over here. This is
"Do
actually,
you?"
yes, it's a lot of
Okay,
fun.
but I haven't asked you any sex questions, and I know that your son is here, so it may be a little bit awkward. But in this show, I like to ask at least a little bit of sex questions. The reason is because I want people to know that it doesn't matter what profession you're in or what you do. We're all sexual beings and we all have needs. Now, how do you handle being so busy and still having such a happy wife? Because I know his wife very well. Okay.
Well, my wife and I work very close together. She's a doctor. She owns her own business. She teaches doctors to pass the board exams. But we spend a lot of time together. I mean, we went on a cruise together. We went to Fountain
This is
Blue.
where the cruise was fun. Okay.
But and she manages my business too.
Okay.
So she's part of the team.
Oh, that's right. She gave me a T-shirt, which I still have it.
Uh-huh. And I always can make time for my
Don't
family.
don't skip your words. I'm
And
trying to
I
get something spicy for the viewers.
and I also have make the time, because I have 3 kids. I got like my son who's over here, who's turning 20, and then I got those twin girls who are
Oh, they're
8.
so beautiful. I know, they're
Yeah.
so cute. So you don't make twins by, praising Allah, right? Do attorneys have different routines than normal people? I'm just
You'd be
wondering.
surprised.
Is it true that all Indian people know Kama Sutra very well?
we we're forced to read that in school. We get a test on it.
What grade level?
Starts at a very young age.
Oh my
No,
God.
I am joking. I am joking. Don't
This is me
don't quote me
finally
on that.
finally
Do
getting
not
something
quote me
spicy.
on that.
Finally getting something
She
spicy
gets
out
me
of
the
this attorney.
strip, and now she gets me to talk about Kama Sutra.
Oh my, I'm choking. Oh my God, I am good at what I do. You see
You are
that?
great.
I'm very good at what I do. So far, I have slapped a priest, and I finally got a criminal defense attorney to tell me he read the Kama Sutra as a kid. I'm a professional interviewer. You see these people? Look, you're turning red.
I plead the fifth on any more questions about the Kama Sutra.
I just want people to know that people from India are very well versed on all types of things. I have worked with them enough to know that other cultures could take a cue or two on what to do further than just a tool. Just saying. Anyway, I thought I'm good. I know you already embarrassed you enough, but I appreciate you coming out. I love it. We did like the exact amount of time on this interview. We're going to play some of the different things that you have done. I think it's wonderful and very inspiring that you continue to do criminal defense. You're the very first person I've interviewed that does criminal defense ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't very good at it, but I tried.
You were
anyway.
excellent. I think you nailed it. Every question.
And I am so happy that you're here. I hope people that view my channel, and there's a lot of people from Mexico and Peru and other countries that follow my channel. I want them to feel inspired by seeing people from different countries doing different things and things outside of maybe what your family raised you to do, outside of what you think you should be doing. Maybe they will think, hey, just because Mexicans clean the lawns and plant trees, they don't have to. They can become criminal attorneys. Or somebody from Peru might be like, hey, I don't know, maybe I should go to the USA and start. I don't know what people from Peru do. I'm gonna have to do research. See, that's where the jokes come in. I was gonna make something up, but then they'll chew me out.
Yeah.
So, the point is, by us, the ones that choose to be leaders, stepping up and saying, hey, you can do it, it can be done. That's how other people become inspired and decide that they can do it.
Anything's possible.
Right?
Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. You're willing to work. You have faith. You let go of your fears, because fear is what holds us back. The fear of failure holds people back more than ever. And I've gone through that, and I've gone through some hard times. And when I start believing in myself, start believing I can, and let go of that, and give it a try. What's the worst that happens? You fail, you get back up, you learn.
Get back up and do it again.
I failed so many times in life, but every time was a learning lesson. And those are my greatest blessings. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't fail.
So it was it early on when you failed? Was it in criminal defense or?
No, I fail. I fail every day. There are things. Every day is a learning lesson. I never feel like I got this. I always want to learn. And any setbacks I have, I use it as a learning lesson. As a business owner, you get setbacks. It happens all the time. Yeah,
I mean,
people think you own your own business. Everything's
fine,
fine,
and you just got millions and millions of dollars every day, and they don't even know the investment that goes into things.
Or if somebody
Development.
leaves, then and all that stuff. But the thing is that I've always got to use every situation as a learning lesson, and then that's how you get ahead.
That's right. And how do you become a billionaire? Never give up and continue on, continuing on. I work with plenty of people who have a lot of wealth. I'm talking multi-million, billion, and people think $1 billion, how greedy are they? And it's like they don't even know how much they impact society because they have that wealth. And so I always encourage people to grow yourself, become your best, and change your mindset about money, because the more money you have, as long as you're not an a-hole, you can do a lot, and you can change lives, and you can improve the lives of many people. Thank you so much for coming out, and thank you for defending people who really need a voice, and a strong, muscular voice. Thank you for showing them your body. I think every girl who's watching is gonna be like, oh, I want that attorney. But thank you for coming.
I wear a suit and tie in court.
He does wear a suit and a tie in court, but you can come to the gym and find them. No, I'm kidding.
At 4 a.m.
He's married. But thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.